Today we're going over the 15 things that you're going to want to know about when you're living in Cape Coral. And we're going to get started right now. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Sherry Puchacz, better known as Sunshine Sherry, and I work for RE/MAX Realty Team right here in Cape Coral, Florida. If you're new to my channel, please consider clicking the subscribe button so you don't miss any of the great videos I make all about Cape Coral, Fort Myers, and the surrounding area. So let's get started on that 15 things you should know when you're living in Cape Coral. The first thing may not interest everyone, but we have some awesome thrift stores here. Now, I'm talking about the big thrift stores that you're probably familiar with, like Goodwill and Salvation Army, but we also have a lot of kind of independent thrift stores, and you can get some really great clothing, high-end kind of stuff, but even more important is that there's a lot of great furniture that rolls into these thrift stores. So once you buy a house down here, if you're worried about furnishing it, make sure you check out the thrift stores before you go spending a lot of bucks on brand new furniture. Number 15 on the list is, guess what, folks? You don't need winter clothes anymore. No boots, no hats, no mittens and gloves. You can throw them all away, because really all you need is a nice lightweight jacket like this, because the average temperature in the winter, January, February, March, is about 58 degrees. In the summertime, I know we kind of get a bad rap, but you can see by this chart that the average temperature June, July, and August is really about 92 degrees. So don't worry about bringing your winter clothes. Throw them all away. Number 14 on the list is flood insurance. Now, I gotta tell you, flood insurance is the cost of living in paradise. But it's not that much. People always get all excited about how much the flood insurance is going to cost. The average cost of flood insurance for your primary residence, now if your house down here is not going to be your primary residence, then it's going to cost a little bit more, but the average cost is $731. So it's not thousands of dollars. Now we're in Lee County, so you can go to leegov.com, the website, and click on Find My Flood Zone. That way you can kind of identify, if you already know what house you're buying or where in the city you want to live, you can identify what flood zone it might be in. And then you can talk to the insurance company and find out what the premium might be. But all in all, it's not going to be thousands of dollars. Number 13, we don't have any personal income tax here in Florida. And I think that pretty much will offset the amount of flood insurance that you have to pay. Now, our property taxes are also slightly lower than the average in the United States. We also have a homestead exemption that you can file for. Now, you do need to live in the home at least 6 months and 1 day. You have to have a Florida driver's license, and you have to have a car registered in Florida. But that will lower the assessment on your house by $50,000, and it will keep that assessment from going up more than 3% per year. So that's a win-win all the way around. Yay us. Number 12 is pro sports. We've got a plethora of pro sport teams. Of course, we have the Super Bowl champions, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Go Brady, go Gronk. And we've got the Tampa Bay Lightning pro hockey team. We've also got a semi-pro hockey team, the Florida Everblades. As far as baseball teams go, we've got the Tampa Bay Rays, and we've got the Tampa Bay Mutiny for a pro soccer team. I've mentioned before in another video that we also have 2 pro baseball teams that do their spring training down here. The Boston Red Sox and the Minnesota Cubs. So you don't have to worry about having a pro sport team to root for because we've got all of them. Number 11 is water sports. And folks, we've got a whole list of those. Of course, number 1 is boating. We've got 400 miles of canals. We've got the Gulf of Mexico. We've got the river. So there's no end to the amount of boating that you can do in the Cape Coral, Fort Myers area. We've also got direct access canals. So sailing is another big sport around here. Let's go on with the list. We've got kayaking. We've got jet ski rentals, parasailing, and of course, the new one, paddleboarding. So if it's water sports you're looking for, you've come to the right place. Number 10, if you've got 4-legged friends, and I certainly do, this is a great area. There are over a dozen dog parks within an hour of Cape Coral and Fort Myers. If you're out shopping, walking in downtown Cape Coral, downtown Fort Myers, most restaurants have dog bowls with water for your furry friends, and they have outdoor seating so you can bring your sweet babies right along with you. So if you're worried about being pet friendly, worry no more. We love pets here. Number 9 is the rain in the summertime, and the thunder, and the lightning. But guess what? We grow to love it because it cools things off and it makes everything green and lush and it makes it paradise. But make sure you've got plenty of these umbrellas wherever you go, because even though the downpour only lasts for 5 minutes, you need an umbrella. So enjoy walking in the rain. Number 8 is Tiki Bars. We love drinking our cold, fruity, sometimes frozen drinks, and we love drinking them outside. There's at least 15 tiki outside bars within 20 miles, and a lot of them are right on the water. So drink up. Number 7 is breweries. Who knew that Florida had so many breweries? There's about 25 breweries within 90 minutes of Cape Coral, and about a dozen of those breweries are within 30 minutes. Here's a list of some of those breweries and also a map of where they're located. So make sure you drink up, have yourself some brewskis. Cheers. Number 6 is food options. Now, don't get me wrong, we've got a ton of seafood places here. Just to name a few of my favorites, we've got Captain Khan's in Bukilia, which is the north end of Pine Island. We've got the Blue Dog, which is actually in Matlacha. We've got the Waterfront, which is on the south end of Pine Island in St. James City. And by the way, they have buck a shuck oysters on Saturdays. We've also got the Lazy Flamingo, which is the north end of Pine Island. And right here in Cape Coral, we have the Lobster Lady. Now, if seafood is not what you're looking for, we've got El Tarasco for Mexican. We've got a brand new sushi place called Captain Hook's. We've got German restaurants, and my favorite Italian restaurant is Michelli's, which is also on the way out to Pine Island. Number 5, we're getting close to the end of the list, folks, is fishing. And you know we've got world-class fishing here. This is a list of the fish that you can catch in the saltwater: cobia, mahi-mahi, grouper, amberjack, mullet, sheepshead, snapper, snook, tarpon. And then we go on to the freshwater fish. And those would be largemouth bass, crappie, bluegill, carp, and gar. So make sure you've got your saltwater poles and your freshwater poles, lots of bait, because you'll never run out of fish to catch. Number 4 is the river that runs between Fort Myers and Cape Coral. And unless you want everyone to think you're a tourist, you gotta say the name of this river right. It is the Caloosahatchee River. Now, this river was named after the Calusa tribe, which was a tribe of Indians that occupied southwest Florida. That river is 67 miles long. It goes from the Gulf of Mexico all the way over to the middle of the state where Lake Okeechobee is. You go through Lake Okeechobee, you pick up the St. Lucie Water Canal. That'll take you all the way over to the Atlantic Ocean. So those bodies of water make up the Okeechobee Waterway. There's another thing that you need to know how to pronounce too. It's not a river, but it's a place. I've already said the name, but if you say it wrong, everyone's going to think you're a tourist. It's a place on the way from Cape Coral to Pine Island, a small little island, kind of reminds you of Key West, and it's called Matlacha. Now, I've heard it pronounced many, many different ways, but the most popular wrong way to say it is Matalacha. Don't say that, because then you're a tourist. One more time, the Caloosahatchee and Matlacha. You got it. Number 3, make sure you understand the quadrants in Cape Coral. There's the northwest, the northeast, the southwest, the southeast, and I made another video about where to live in Cape Coral. You may want to check that out just to see what the differences are in each one of those quadrants. Now, there are 2 roads that basically divide those quadrants. The north and south road is Santa Barbara. The east and west road is Pine Island Road and a little bit of Embers Parkway. So Santa Barbara divides the east from the west. Pine Island Road divides the north from the south. So you could have properties that are on each side of those roads. One is in the North Cape, one is in the South Cape, and the East and West. So check out that video about where to live in Cape Coral for a better explanation. Number 2 on the list, heading to number 1, is a change of pace. Now, it took us a while to understand that people do things a little slower around here. They're much more chill. They're much more relaxed. What's the hurry? You also might want to practice. Instead of saying, hey, you guys, what are you doing? Practice saying, hey, y'all, what's going on? I'm kidding on that one. I don't use that very often, but you will hear that a lot. Now, there's also a lot of Southern hospitality down here. People are friendly. People are nice. People say hello. People wave to you. And folks will start talking to you in the grocery line, in the middle of the grocery store, for no reason. So enjoy it, embrace it, and leave the hustle and bustle of the Northeast or the Midwest or even the East Coast of Florida and enjoy the change and the slower pace. So the number 1 thing that you need to know about living in Cape Coral is that we've got 265 days of sunshine, which is 60 more days than most of the country, which comes in at 205 days of sunshine. Enjoy it. Make sure you've got a stylish hat, some great sunglasses, and always have water nearby or some kind of cool drink. So those are the 15 things that you must know when you're living in Cape Coral, Florida. You might want to check out one of my other videos that I've done. One of them you might like is the cost of living in Cape Coral. Another one is retiring in Cape Coral. I'm Sherry Puchacz, better known as Sunshine Sherry. I'm always here to help, and I can't wait to work with you.